Yeah, guys, welcome to the Spotlight. My name is Benson and I look at socio-political issues in Kenya. Now, today I want to look at this man, Rigathi Gachagua. I know I've spoken about Rigathi Gachagua in a few occasions, some of my videos, but let me say something. This one should reach Rigathi Gachagua and, if possible, William Ruto. But the message strongly goes to Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know why this guy is so bitter. And even after we have made progress, we seem to be moving toward the right direction. And people are having talks. It doesn't matter what kind of talks they are having. At least the president and the opposition leader, if at all we call Raila the opposition leader, they are talking. When you come and start talking nonsense, actually saying that Raila Odinga is a nobody, as per what this clip is showing, then I think people need to remind you that you are a nobody in Kenyan politics. As far as we are concerned, Rigathi Gachagua has been a nobody until the other day.
They reached out to President Ruto last Saturday, sent him somebody, said, we have come to the end. The international community has abandoned us. People are against us, the church. We want to call off these demonstrations. Can you please give us an exit strategy? President said, okay, fine, no problem. Go to parliament and discuss with Kimani Ichung'wa, with Wandeto, with Wahome. Go and say what your issues are. Those people listen and make a decision, as we have nothing to do with you. The president called me, it was on a Sunday, he told me what they had told him. I said, fine. Let them go and talk to parliament. But ourselves, we cannot engage Raila Odinga because before we can even agree to even talk to him, he must first acknowledge in public that President William Ruto is the president of Kenya. So the issue of us having a discussion does not even arise because he says he doesn't recognize William Ruto as president. So how do you talk to somebody who doesn't recognize your legitimacy? So we say, tell your MPs because they are elected to talk to ours. Isn't it? But as we cannot talk to Raila on what ground? Who is he in Kenya? We talk to him as who? He's just an ordinary citizen. Lakini kama ako na matatizo ya kibinafsi akuje tumusikize. But we cannot have an engagement with Raila Odinga because who is he in Kenya? He's not elected by anybody. And if he says he doesn't recognize President William Ruto as president, how can we then have a discussion? So let them go to parliament and engage our members of parliament. Waheshimiwa mtatuambia vile amesema. Nyinyi mumsikize, as we have no time. Hatuna nafasi, we are busy.
From an MP to a deputy president. I don't know. Ruto did a big favor to you and you are forgetting that you are now somebody so powerful to call Raila a nobody. Somebody who was elected by so many. If you stood now to be a presidential candidate and get probably about 2 or 3 million votes, I'll be shocked. You are not a presidential material. That is what I'm trying to say. You are not actually even a deputy presidential material. They did a favor to you and you should thank God for that. I know why Rigathi Gachagua doesn't want Raila Odinga and William Ruto to talk. Is chest thumping and making it look like Raila was so desperate is the one who looked for them. Let me tell you, Rigathi Gachagua, if Raila Odinga today decided to chafua Kenya, ichafuke, you will not have peace. And by extension, you will not enjoy your position as a deputy president. But I know you are threatened because if William Ruto and Raila Odinga shook hands, for example, it's a handshake, they will come in and Raila Odinga will displace you. So you are trying to look for strategies to make William Ruto and Raila Odinga's conversations or handshake impossible. Look, you might try so hard, but the moment your boss, William Ruto, realizes that you are the the bloc, you are the one making things difficult for their for the sake of peace, because he also needs peace and he needs a legacy. Even before a legacy, he needs a second term. No amount of blame game will save you. You are in the office. You are supposed to come up with a strategy of probably ignoring Raila Odinga for now and focus on your duties as a deputy president, assisting the president. So if the president wants to extend a hand to Raila Odinga and probably have some form of peace and implement his agenda, do not be a stumbling block. And then again, another thing I want to remind you is that you are not the best from Mount Kenya. So do not think that you are the super cool person from the mountain. William Ruto can replace you. William Ruto can replace you. And even if he doesn't replace you, if Raila Odinga decided to shake hands with William Ruto and probably come up with a Western Pact, so Nyanza and Western and everything. So 2027, even if Mount Kenya, you and your own people, because William Ruto can split Mount Kenya into two. So he can go with some votes from the mountain and you will be a nobody in 2027. So William Ruto can play a very super cool game and displace you, and you'll go back to your cocoon of being a nobody, because you think you are somebody, and that is why you are making this much noise. Hatred, I don't know what your wife as a pastor tells you, because your tongue and the venom that you spit when you talk is not good enough to even make an environment for people to work. So this message is to you. I do not fear telling you, you are a nobody, and respect Raila Odinga and respect William Ruto as well. Because like, if I were William Ruto, I'll be worried that if I messed up or we parted ways, this is how you'll be talking about me. So you are not a deputy presidential material. That is how William Ruto started talking, chest thumping, but he again realized that he cannot fight Uhuru Kenyatta and make it. They said, oh, hawezi vunja Jubilee, ule mzee wa kitandawili. What happened finally? Jubilee collapsed. So even this one of yours, Kenya Kwanza, can collapse. Your marriage can collapse and you will be terribly shocked. So do not underestimate the force Raila Odinga has. That's my message to you. Take it or leave it. Guys, thank you. That's my message for today, and that is the spotlight. Go ahead.